Hey all, Avros here, back with the next Lufenia Plus fight. This one is the Eyes on the Prize Lufenia Plus, part of Freya's LD release and Zidane's level 90 that's come back a little bit early. This is part of the May Fair event that's going on at the moment. And this this fight is up against two Aroth Camilla bosses. These bosses have a orb that spawns in it when they get below 80% HP, cannot be cancelled, so it'll be around for the rest of the fight, and has the following effects. So when players recover HP with an ability, so this is +1 per ally to a limit of 15, which means if you heal the entire party you will get +3, which is convenient because the tick down is a -3 whenever a player takes an action. Increases as well, and the count target loses turns. So this is actually turn deletion, because as you'll see down here, it can't be delayed, including delay from break. So to lose a turn, they'd need to be deleted, and they can't be knocked back as well, so no launches on this one. And another increase is the player evades to +15 as well. Basically, the best way to do this is to have someone like Kain or Freya in midair, which is convenient because you do actually need them for one of the requirements here. It does need a spear user, so Freya is a good choice for this one, obviously, as this is her event, and she does do healing while she's in midair as well. Other things to watch out for: the recast is a lethal attack, so you need to be prepared for that one. Make sure you control the orb so you don't have to deal with it. And also, the enemy will remove its debuffs below 50% HP, so you do need to watch out for that as well, because you do want to make sure that you're not dealing with those debuffs getting removed when you desperately need them on. So, something to keep in mind. And the glowing recast that they have means it will also be an unavoidable attack, so make sure you mitigate or dodge it or have last stand. So something you need to be aware of. And if you don't break or poison it before it attacks, it will do the plus version, which will also petrify, so you need to watch out for that one as well. Apart from that, not too much else. The usual sort of stuff you need to deal with the Aroth Camilla, so need to keep all that in mind. I just realized I have got one of my calls here wrong. We want a slightly different one there on Freya. Where is it? Final Fantasy V, there we go. There we go. Faris is cool. Alright, so fighters this one, we're going to bring on Gilgamesh, obviously Gilgamesh series. We've got a little Gilgamesh over here next to me. How you doing, bud? Because, you know, obviously that's what we're doing here. We're doing a Gilgamesh saga, so he needs to be in the party. And then we've also got Zidane for the deletion, so we need him along as well. Also, he's synergy for this event, so that will make things a little bit easier. Haven't realized his burst weapon, but we'll see how we go with it unrealized. And lastly, Freya, we've got her LD, so she can sit in midair and do all those follow-up attacks for us there. So we'll go ahead and start this one. Let's see if we can't find someone with a decent friend unit. I think the only one really worth picking up at this point would be a Garnet. So we will go ahead and grab, I think Son of a Subs is pretty good. Let's just check these artifacts real quick. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, grab Son of a Sub, and in case we need that one, we've got the Garnet there, and we'll go ahead and get started. So it's a complete Ultima for Freya and Zidane, because they've just hit level 90, haven't done any Lufenias with them yet since then. Now let's see how this all goes. Alright, so the two Aroth Camillas, they're going to have their recast up from the start. We're going to make sure it's not the glowing one, but if it is, we need to make sure we break them there, deal with what we can there. Let's go ahead and do a delete on A with solution 9. Buy ourselves as much time as possible there before they do it. Reduce bravery, petrified. Already did that. And we'll switch over to B, and we'll hit with the free energy there. And booster 8 is not going to be super useful for launching because they are immune to launches I've mentioned, but we will still be able to use that for the big damage that his EX does now with the small rework and the level 90 he got. So we'll go ahead and use LD here with Gilgamesh to our best bet. Get that up so we can get the effects of that off. We're going to go ahead and hit Spellblade Sword Dance to start with. Got those framed debuffs from Freya. And to do as much damage as possible we can here. Look at that. Beautiful. 6 dragons is instant, so that's going to be good. We're going to get a weird view of the Aroth Camillas. I threw its model there as we're doing 6 dragons. And then we'll put Freya up in midair with the Descending Dragon. Just going to jump on up. And that's going to take care of their bravery there. They're not going to get their Petrify off, which is good. So just regular Evil Eye, not the Evil Eye Plus. Last Stand's going to kick in for Gilgamesh. And then we're going to break and get some good healing there. So we'll go ahead and delete. Turn on B there. Give ourselves some time to heal. Thankfully the effects of the LD are very strong there for Zidane. Go ahead and use booster 8. Big damage. Another follow-up attack from Freya. And that's a big thing we're getting at with Freya here is going to be using those follow-up attacks. Let's see what sword we got. Real Sword, perfect. We'll move Zidane up again. Trying to get as much damage out of him as possible here, and maximize the number of turns before Freya gets another one, so we can keep her in the air as long as possible as well. Lots of healing. Now we'll go ahead and hit Ultimate Illusion. I'm going to save those LD calls, the Kurasame and Jack ones, for below 50% HP, because they're going to remove those debuffs when they hit that. So we want to, make sure we don't overdo it with any of the debuffs. Freya's is fine to use Faris here, because we do want to keep the Bravery below those caps there, so we can avoid the petrifications. That's really good. They do get those recast bars filled a lot when they get below 80% HP, so seeing as A hasn't used its recast yet, we want it to get it below first. And then we'll go ahead and use Stellar Circle here, reduce the speed. And it's going to go ahead and use its recast now. Just regular Evil Eye again. Gilgamesh is going to get his last stance, that's good. And we'll get the Spear follow up again, and Freya's going to come back down. And our B is below the 80%, so it's also going to get its orb, so we need to get Freya back up in the air as soon as possible. So we'll go ahead and just hit 6 dragons again. Now that orb's up, we're going to try and do as much damage as we can as quickly as possible, and try and rush this fight a bit here. So go ahead and use the jump again. Get another turn from Zidane, and we're going to go ahead and hit Solution 9 again. We are going to use Burst with Zidane here more than likely, because while this turn deletion is very good, and we're able to get those orbs up, it's only on the target that the turn gets deleted on, so we do need to be very cautious there about making sure we keep the orbs under control with his LD. And so worst case scenario, we do have his burst if we need it. So we're going to go ahead and delete A's here, get it back up to the 15 count as well. We're getting him down near that 70% for both of them. So only a little bit more to go before we start looking at the possibility of those LD calls below the 50%, stuff like burst phases. But we'll just keep plodding along here. We've got some more turns. Apocalypse isn't going to do anything because they are immune to delay, as we previously mentioned, so that's not great, but it's damage. It's a free turn as well, so we'll make the most of it. We're going to hit the Death Claw here. Keeping that Bravery under control. Orb is relatively under control as well. Counts aren't getting too low. Getting as many turns in as we can. 8 and 10. I think we're still okay here. Go ahead and use free energy. I think we're going to hit a recast from B in a second. Yes, we are. Not great, but we will... Ooh, Myth Craven, that's going to be good. So now we'll get some more extra HP, so that's going to make that last stand from Freya even more effective overall. Still 8 counts, that's good. Wild Dance. We're down below 60% on B. I think A is still a little high. 61 actually, we're keeping them fairly even, that's good. It's sort of where we want to be. Evil Eye didn't even hit because it targeted Freya, so it's going to be a dodge. It's going to reset the orb count for both of them to 15. So that's really solid. That's exactly the sort of thing we wanted to see. And we'll go ahead and use Cherry Blossom here. Get those Soothing Petals. Make sure those are up. That's our last stand mechanic here for the party. And getting down to that 50% or close to. Orb counts are still good, so we will go ahead and Stellar Circle. Freya's next turn's coming up soon, so that's positive. Stole turn order there, perfect. Hit B. Can't get repeated steals in a row, sadly. Below 50%, so we've lost that one. Powers at their highest. The recast is refilled. We're going to be very careful about that orb count. We're not even going to use Royal Sword here. We're just going to go straight into the Hurricane. Hopefully drop the other one below 50%, which we have done. Perfect. And now we'll go ahead and use 6 dragons again. Debuff's going to cancel. And now, just to make sure we keep those orbs under control, we'll hit the summon. And I'll make sure they don't expire here. Now they're below 50%. Sending Dragon. She's going to jump back up. And now we're going to turn hog like mad. So we'll go ahead and hit absolute 0. Not ideal to do these under summon, but we want to make sure that we make sure Freya doesn't come back down. We don't have another chance to put her back up. So we need to basically rush through this as quick as we can. So we're going to go ahead and hit Solution 9 on A, delete its turn, reset its orb counter, Brave Advance. Just trying to maximize the amount of time that Freya's in the air, like I said, maximize the amount of damage we get out of that as well. So now we're going to go ahead and use HP attack Solution 9. And Zidane's basically turn hogged the entire summon phase, but that's kept him in the lead, kept him back up to 15. That's going to be really, really crucial for what we're trying to do here. So we'll boost to 8. Make sure we keep all of these buffs up. We need Max Brave up as well. Orb counts are at 14, so we're solidly in control there. We'll go ahead and use Royal Sword. We'll put Zidane next in the turn order. That's going to give him 2 turns in a row because of how that all interacts with each other there with turn rate and everything, so that's really handy. Orbs are still controlled, down to below 33% HP, so that's really positive. We're going to hit the Piercing Gleam now, so we can start getting that stacked. We're not going to use the regular call, because we just want to make sure we don't risk those orbs getting too low. 13. Actually, no, we will be able to. I was just a bit worried that we're not going to have the opportunity to get this fully under control. It's not going to do huge damage, it's just going to help with stacking the debuff there, the Katana Wounds a little bit faster. The hits from Freya are definitely helping there as well. We use I suppose I misjudged here. Maximize the amount of damage we're going to get at Gilgamesh. We're not going to get a burst phase out of him this time, so using his additional LD attacks here is going to be crucial to get as much damage from him as we can. Another recast full, but we're going to basically ignore that because we're just going to go ahead and hit Burst on Zidane. And now we'll go ahead and get as much out of this as we can. So boost rate, Spear Throw, Bell Circle. Really cool combat music actually from FF9. And we'll go ahead and use Solution 9. Delete the turn from A again. And then we'll hit the free energy. We're going to save that Solution 9 HP attack for later, which is why I wanted the free energy, because they're back up at 15, we don't need to do another delete. Neither of them have any turns anytime soon, so we want to save that one for when we actually need it, when one of the orb counts gets really low. So Grand Lethal. Garnet's going to cheer us on. Big damage, over 1 million on each from Grand Lethal. Good 7 million from the burst phase there. They're both below, sort of, or at 10% health here, so now we're just going to control the orb a little bit longer. That shouldn't be too hard. We'll hit Stellar Circle. I'm going to try and rush B down first here at this point. Freya's going to leave midair shortly, so we want to try and hog a few more turns. So we'll go ahead and use Bravery Advance. Now we're going to steal another turn, so we'll target A. HP attack plus Solution 9. Let's give him another turn here. A goes back up to 14, which is good, because it's the one that what about? We're going to hit Brave Advance again. And now we're going to demonstrate Zidane turn hogging by resetting his ability to steal turns. Solution 9 will give us another turn steal. B should go down from this attack. That's one down. Just A left to go. We stole an elixir, as it said there. Not that it really actually does anything. Stole the turn order, that's the more important part. Bravery Advance. Get another spear follow-up. And here we go for the finisher. HP attack plus Solution 9. We'll steal another turn. And Zidane will have another turn. We won't have Freya come down from midair. 14 on the orb count. No problems. No stress. Free energy. And we're done. May not have seemed like Gilgamesh did much that fight, but having his BT aura stacked up there does increase the damage a lot, plus he's got the fully maxed out ultimate weapon. So, still crucial to the party. Freya's not going to come down for the victory photo. She's too busy hovering in midair somehow. I like to assume she's riding a dragon, seeing she's a Dragoon and all. And that's that one. 22 turns. Nice, easy score there. Got well above what we needed. 22 is definitely under the 60 turns that we needed there. and not too much trouble with that one, with all of the abilities we used there. So go ahead and have a look at our artifacts here. I'm missing an extra 108, 330 on Zidane, mostly because I haven't realized his burst weapon, so he just doesn't have the CP for it. I do actually have it on him, but I just can't afford it because it's a 15 CP one there, which is not great. But Gilgamesh still, as per usual, perfectly set up. Freya's got perfect artifacts. We didn't actually need the Garnet. I did bring it along just in case. We could have switched out Gilgamesh for Garnet there to get some extra follow-ups during Zidane's first phase, probably, but I want to Gilgamesh around. I mean, that's the whole entire point of the series, right? We wanted him around for this one, so that's how we cleared that one. So if you've got any questions, would like any assistance with this fight, please ask in the comments down below. Me and Gilgamesh will be back. How you doing, bud? We'll be back for the next one. Hopefully this one should come out today, so this will be a lot more recent. Some of the previous videos have been. I'm trying to get better at getting these out on time. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, ask in the comments down below if you've got any questions. And that's going to be it for me. So thanks for watching, and lots of Abby.